Hi everyone, this is Star to Earth. Welcome back to another reading. Today we are going to read about your natural talents. As usual, we have three groups. This is group 1, group 2, group 3. So pick one intuitively and then go to the timestamps below to hear your reading. See you there. Hi group 1. So you pick the shell. Today we are reading about your natural talents. So let's see, what do we need to know? What do group 1 need to know about their natural talents? Okay, group 1. The first thing I get is a connection with animals. So you can communicate with animals just by reading their body language, their facial expression, their aura. You know how to best communicate with them. Your body language also provides them with a sense of security. They trust you. They trust that you know, you can understand their needs, okay? And they read your intention too. So with this natural talent, whether you're aware about it or not, you easily attract animals. Especially when they feel stressed or they feel like they need help, they easily go towards you because you give this calming effect and understanding effect on them. You also naturally know what they need and what is best for them. Okay, so I would say many of you have animal companions around you. I feel like also you are someone who tends to avoid the limelight. We have the moon and the sun here. With the moon here, you reflect the light from the sun. You take the quiet back seat. I feel like you prefer not to be, loud and shiny like the sun. Your approach is more soft, more indirect. I think this applies to the way you deal with, problems in life, or your temperament, the way you carry yourself. In general, it is soft and indirect. You are influential, but not in a confrontational way. And this is why it usually works. Okay, people might get convinced by you to do something before they realize, oh, what? I signed up for that? Just by listening to you, or just by being in your energy, people get influenced, but they do not really see how they get influenced. It's not direct. And it's mainly because your softness is attractive. People prefer this kind of softness when it comes to you, okay? It works for you. And you are very intelligent. We have the Queen of Swords here. You are very intelligent, but you do not, walk around showing it. Walk around telling people, I'm intelligent. You have a very firm judgment, and you trust your own decisions. You know what is good for you, what is not, and what steps to take in what circumstances. You are very clear. But when that is your inner world, right? But when you approach the outer world, your delivery, your touch outwards is soft. So it is a little bit like a very sharp sword that is wearing, a soft, fluffy sleeve. Okay, so this is your power, actually. It is a type of power. And because of your very active mind, you can be an overthinker as well. You are used to considering, all potential possibilities. You come up with hypothetical solutions for each of them. And because of this, actually, you are more optimistic than other people, because for you, you have thought through the whole thing, right? There's always a backup. If A doesn't work, it's okay. We have B, we have C, we have D. There's never a loss. There's never a failure. So because you've accounted for all different possibilities, and I feel like this is one of your ways to prevent yourself to feel extremely upset or fall into regret or disappointment. It is a way that you have used. So it's like a coping mechanism, right? It's the way you use to stabilize your emotions. This is how you feel like you can cope with the changes around you. By the way you cope, with changes is to consider all possibilities, all the changes that can happen. You have them in your palms, and so you are not worried. This is how. Okay, one of the ways you use your talent. Okay, we will pull one advice card to end this reading. What's one advice that group 1 would need to hear? Patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. I feel like, okay, I'll pull one more card to go with this. Patience. Page of Vessels, the Author, and Patience. I feel like you have a wish. You probably feel like when it comes to your ideal life or ideal lifestyle or your dream life, you are still far from it. Page is like a child, like a student, so you feel like I have a lot of talents, but then when it comes to building the life that I really want, that can really make me feel happy, I'm still far from it. And you are also someone who is, you have a variety of interests. You want to try different things. You want to, your hobbies or your interests might change a lot. Like one day you want to paint, the other day you want to go for a swim, the other day you want to, camp, and another day you want to do other things. So I feel like this is your judgment towards yourself. You feel like your energy is very scattered, and with this scattered energy, when will you be able to get to what you want? And I think the advice is saying what you're doing now is great. It's not a problem. You are following your interests, which is great, which is beautiful, and they will eventually all come together. They will contribute to your personal growth in a way that you might not be able to understand right now, because they feel very different and very scattered, but then they will together contribute into something that you can build eventually. So you can be patient with your own pace. Be okay with the pace that you're taking right now, because you are not slow. You are not behind. Okay? All right, group 1. This is all I have for you. If it resonates with you, you may click like, subscribe, leave me a comment, just let me know, right? And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can head to my website, link below. And you can also follow me on Instagram if you want more free readings. All right, group 1, I will see you then. Bye bye. Hello, group 2. So you pick this jade crystal. So we are going to read about your talent. So we want to know what are the talents that group 2 needs to know about themselves. Okay, group 2. The first thing that comes to me is that you have a natural talent to lead. What you do can really easily inspire other people, and people tend to look at you. Oh, I need to block this. I need to cover this. Okay. People tend to look at you for direction, to follow your footsteps. And I think it is because of your wisdom. So you are a wise leader. That's how other people see you. The deer's antler here is like an antenna. So I feel like you receive guidance from the universe and then you teach. Okay, whether you are doing this in a conscious or a non-conscious way, it doesn't matter. And because of this, you embody this understanding of, both the spiritual and the physical side of things, of life in general. You are unbiased. Okay, you are not, like how some spiritual teachers, they are so cut off from reality that they give advice like, oh, just be positive. Oh, it's all love and light. Oh, you don't need money. Okay? You deeply understand how the universe works and this relationship between cause and effects, the outer and the inner. The sword and the axe here shows that, you have this ability to perceive as well as to carry out, to perceive information, knowledge, and as well as being able to carry out appropriate actions. So because of this, you are trusted by others. You are wise and you walk your talk at the same time. Your action, even if you don't talk, you don't really tell people what to do, but your actions evidently show your wisdom. Okay? And there's one image here that shows how this woman is dancing, like in a trance state. She doesn't care if anyone is watching or if she's dancing correctly. She's in full communication with the universe. You look at the stars up there. And through her body movements, she is, receiving this energy. And I think this is also how you inspire people. You know that in order to be authentically you, there's really no space to, worry or to worry about, whether I'm cringe or whether I'm looking weird or whether I am acting accordingly. There's this unapologetic energy, and this draws people in. Okay, and with this Ace of Wands energy, I feel like because of this, you are good at showing people the next step, especially when the next step feels so hard to be seen, or when people feel extremely lost, extra lost. They go to you, because the Ace of Wands is a beginning of spring kind of energy. And the beginning of spring, it can be the place can still be covered in snow, right? We have not seen the first leaf being sprouted yet, but still it is already the beginning of spring. And that's where the direction, where your leadership comes in. You show people where to go next. And another talent is how you leave an open door. I feel like with these Lovers and the Ten of Swords in reverse, I feel like you allow enough flexibility for circumstances to change. For example, you do not, make promises like, oh, you must be the one and only lover for the rest of my entire life. Okay, promises like this, fixations like this, you do not adhere to them. You understand life enough to not fix life in this way. Or another example is like, for example, if you leave a job or you leave a relationship, you make it a point to maintain the connections the best you can. You know that nothing really ends, and anything can change, anyone can change. So what is great with this talent is that you have very few enemies, or very few, trigger points, because your heart is open in, always redefining connections. Like there's a very minimal amount of this fix and rigidity in you. Like it's anything is flowing, it's okay, right? So you know that we do not need to stick to, the past, or stick to any hateful feelings. And this is another of your talents. That's nice. Let's get one advice before we end the reading. We get two. Uncertainty, the shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. And the night, find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. We actually have two cards that show the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. I feel like for some of you, you might be having difficulty sleeping. You might feel like you are more inspired, or you have a lot more ideas at night recently, especially recently. And this is a sign for you that it is okay, right? It is possible that you might need this silence in the night for now. You might need to feel inspired in this environment, or under the moon, under the light, the starlight. And if this is the case, if you really feel that way, follow it. You do not have to, again, have your sleeping time so fixed, right? If the energy feels different and it is something that you want to work with when it comes to the night, then you may follow it. Uncertainty. Again, I feel like this has to do with your current, any issues or problems that you are facing in your life currently. Because with the Five of Vessels followed by the Ace of Wands, I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty right now in your life, and you cannot do anything except for, just following what the universe is guiding you, like one baby step after another, before this newness, this new beginning can be started, can be established. And again, this message is just an encouragement telling you that it is fine to, the uncertainty doesn't last as well. So the fog will eventually lift. So it's okay. Where you are right now is okay. Alright, group 2, this is all I have for you. If you find this resonating with you, you can click like, leave me a comment, or subscribe to let me know. To book a personal reading, you can head to my website below, and you can also find me on Instagram if you want more free readings. Thank you, group 2. Bye bye. Hi, group 3. So you pick this crystal. Alright, today we are going to look at your talents, your natural talents. So group 3, what do we need to know about group 3's talents? Okay, group 3, I feel like you are very analytical. We have so many swords cards here. So you are a problem solver, and you mainly use your analytical brain. You can see how this woman is sitting here, looking at all the swords. When there's an issue in your life, you sit and you examine all of them. You do not avoid or ignore. Okay, you face the problems, and you face them, and this is how you solve them. You often provide very unique angles of seeing things as well, actually. And this is how your issues dissolve, right? We get the Ace of Arrows here. You are like a breath of fresh air. Like you just blow this breath of fresh air, any deadlock situation can be resolved. So because of this, you are someone who, you pushes things forward with the Six of Swords here. You create momentum, you create progress, right? So any project team would really love to have you on board, because you are a problem solver, someone who bring resolutions to any hiccups, any situations that are complicated. And actually at the root of this talent, it is your psychic abilities. And I feel like you are not fully aware about them. We get the Seer card here. I feel like many of you have a strong intuitive powers. you are able to receive messages from dimensions, other dimensions. There are two very strong being strongly shown here. One is from the dimensions where the souls that have passed, okay, people who have passed away, animals, or souls that have passed, as well as souls from the future timelines. So you might even have experiences with mediumship or premonitions. Okay, so you might think that you are someone who depends heavily on your logical brain, but in reality your intuition is working behind the scenes. So it usually starts with the sixth sense, with the gut feeling, with the intuition, with the pull that you cannot really fully explain. It can be also a dream, okay? It can come true as a dream as well. And those messages that you cannot really explain, they actually direct you towards where you should analyze. So, which is where you put all your analytical powers in, and then through your thorough analysis, you get to the answer. But the beginning is usually this. And I feel like most of you are not aware about it. Okay, and one thing that the cards show here is that you can know other people's fears very well. Just by interacting with them briefly, or just by looking at their faces or observing them, you can see through their insecurities. You know what worries them, what triggers them, and this is actually, again, the basis of your talent in opening deadlocks, in creating progress when situations got stalled, because you know precisely the best way to maneuver, especially when it comes to dealing with people, when there are multiple different groups of people involved. You know very well everyone's weakness, so to speak. So you know very well how to maneuver, how to unlock situations. Interesting talent. Now let's pull. Let's end the reading with some advice cards. Good tree. Grounded. Keep to your roots and stand taller than trees. I will pull one more card to go with this. Oops. This is the one. Okay. Two of Coins. I feel like, so this advice is usually an answer to whatever you're asking or a problem that you're facing in your life currently. And I feel like this is saying that there are things that cannot be forced, cannot be perfect. I feel like you are looking for something that can complement you or complement what you're offering perfectly. You're looking for a perfect match. It doesn't have to be a person, but you are offering something and you hope that you get another, like you're being received in a perfect way. And for now, this is not fully possible. A perfect match is not fully possible for now, and it is therefore very important that you keep grounded in a way where you trust what you have. Keep to your roots. Trust what you already have, and when you trust what you already have, you do not need to be overly demanding when it comes to whatever that enters or being offered to you. Because I feel like there's even some pickiness here, like being overly strict with what is coming in. And that is due to certain fears that you might not be appreciated, you might not be received well. That's why you set these strict rules for yourself. So we are not saying that those rules are wrong, but those rules are not attainable right now. And because it is not attainable right now, it is important that you stay grounded with your request, with your demands. Okay, all right, group 3, that is all I have for you. If it resonates with you, please click like, subscribe, or leave me a comment. I would like to hear from you. And if you would like to book a reading, you can head to the website that I've linked below. And if you would like more free readings, you can also find me on Instagram. All right, group 3, this is all I have. Bye bye, see you next time.